There's nothing to see here. There's no evidence of anything happening.
So, do you want to explain what you just did to me?
So we just arrived at the horse show and we unpacked and everything and the trailer's here and I was a wonderful assistant for backing up and she was like, can you move the truck forward just a little bit, just so you can... And so I guess the Tahoe, A, without a trailer, and B, in comparison to my car, is a lot more sensitive as far as the accelerator pedal goes. So I just threw rocks at Trish's face and moved a total of like 3 feet.
Yeah, let's check this out. Let's look at this. Look, I just got a face full of dirt and rock.
Listen, she hasn't seen the sun a lot this year, so I wanted to give her a free tan. See that? It's red dirt right there. It's good. Anyways, hi, welcome. Hi, Appa. Hi, Derby. We're doing a job. Good boy. No. Quit. Okay. Quit. Quit, 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 quit. We're gonna start over.
Better.
He was sucking back at you.
Yeah.
It's the same water that we put in. Hi.
Your 10-minute gate call for our dressage division in the
10.
indoor arena.
It should be 13.
10-minute gate call for
6:47.
dressage in the indoor
Let's
arena.
go watch people. Get up again. I don't take hammock breaks longer than like a minute, I don't think. But the horse is clean, and Trista helped. Trista didn't help, the horse would not be clean. School went well though. That's a dub. Yep. Hey guys. I might not be in the music industry, but I'm pretty good at rapping.
The next morning.
Stand there. First pass went well. We walked into it, literally. Walked into the class. Found out he doesn't do well holding with other horses in his space. But he did really, really well, especially just for walking into the ring and jumping. But I'm excited for a 2.6. He didn't look at anything. He's fun to jump. We don't hunter, but we got third, so we huntered. We're able to hunter, we just aren't hunters. Cool beans. I can't think about it too long.
Many hours later.
Hey guys, so we made it back home. Trista was nice enough to unload Skew and most of my stuff. I've gotten really good about packing things, I think, though, like just consolidating. But we just got home. He's super happy. He was fantastic this weekend. In case other horses end up joining the picture, Stuart's here, and Gianna's horse Dante is chilling, literally helping Trista film right now. But I just poured out the extra hay. This weekend was a really great experience. Schooling was fantastic, Trista can tell you. He was wonderful, and in my mind I was thinking, you haven't knocked any rails yet. And no joke, he knocked, what, like 1 rail? The entire schooling time. Which is better than he does at home. I think he gets in his head at home. Siri doesn't understand what I'm saying. But he did really, really well in schooling. I mean, really was fantastic. Didn't get distracted by much. Was great last night. Only thing he does, I found, is he's a thoroughbred, so he stall walks a little bit, and it's not like bad. I've seen really bad stall walkers, but he kind of tires himself out, and then he just took a nap. Got there this morning. He was intact and everything. It was one horse. He didn't hurt himself. Ate all of his hay, drank a good bit of water, was eating. So overall, he's a really great guy overnight, and really doesn't phase him next morning. We had horse show this morning, found out it was super light, so almost, like, I wouldn't say almost didn't make the class, but almost had to really rush for the class, and I didn't have to. We were like, kind of, if I didn't have Trista, we'd have to definitely rush a good bit, because she cleaned my boots and helped clean my tack for me. So our first course was our 2-3 over fences, and it was just equitation. We got 3rd, but like, he huntered, so like winning. And honestly, it was pretty perfect. We kind of came down and got on right when the class was supposed to start. There was one more person that was supposed to go after us, except we found out that Skew's not great in a really compact waiting area. So they were like, you can go in or you have to go over there. And I was like, okay, let's go ahead and go in. And like, I mean, honestly, we kind of whipped it out of our butt, but he did really good. Like, I was super, super proud of him. There was more than just you clapping for me too. Like, and my mom hadn't gotten there yet. But there was, I mean, there was a good, cheerful, I think, there's some horse shows when there's a horse acting all crazy and a fool, and then they're like, wow, that was successful. They're like, great job, great ride. Like, it could be like the worst thing ever, but it was really great. So then we had some sit around time, because if you don't know the Holiday Classic, it's an open format, so you have age divisions at certain heights, and then 2, 9, and 3 foot are open. Cross rails is open as well. So he did the 2-3 equitation. We waited around for a little bit to get through all the 2-6s, and then our 2-6 classes came up. The first one wasn't great. He was really distracted, and it's hard to communicate to a horse that's already distracted, hey, you need to pick your feet up. So he knocked 2 rails, and there were a lot of really shoddy spots in that. And again, he doesn't need a hunter, but he at least needs to pick his feet up and pay attention. Like, that's bare minimum. So the next class we went in, and that was just our hunter course. It was pretty good. Knocked 1 rail, picked ourselves back up from our first class, or not our first class, our second class, our first 2-6. But it still wasn't great, so I didn't anticipate anything super stellar to come out of that. But he kept us cool. So then we waited around for a while. We thought it was going to be short, but we waited around for a while, because they had open 2-9, nobody in 3 foot, and then they watered and dragged and reset the course, because we signed up for the Derby just for the heck of it. And it was 2-6, you can do 2-6 or 2-9, so we did 2-6. And it was super fun. He was great. He got 1 chip, and that was the one big thing that I noticed. His trot transition wasn't great, but he trotted, and that's more than a lot of the other horses gave me. So they only pinned it through 3rd, which most of the payback classes they usually place past that. My only concern, so I know the judge didn't like him. He's not a hunter. I don't like him for the hunters. But it was an experience-based show. So he did everything I asked of him, and I'm super proud. He learned the drill. I mean, even now, like, he's just super chill. He's happy to be home. And he lets me touch him on the forehead now. He's like, wait a second. Yeah, see, that was not something we used to be able to do. Yeah. But I went, I had to finish up my check. If you've been to this show series before, I had to finish up my check, and I checked on some things for our club, which if you're not a part of the NC Appaloosa Club, you should be. Woohoo. Tristan and I are both on the board. Super fun, but that's like a whole other topic. Went up there to get my check on that stuff, and I asked to see the Derby scores, and again, I understand when you go to a horse show, you're paying for somebody's opinion. But I watched, so there were 8 riders in the Derby. There were 10, 2 scratched. There was 2 horses I saw, one refused, like, almost out. So refused out meaning like they almost had to quit. One refused the very first jump. So there's 2, right? So max I'm placing 6th. I saw one rider go off course completely, like miss the trot jump, circle back to it. And then I saw another 2 knock. So like, it should be somewhere up in the top section of that situation. And he placed me dead last. Which again, I get it. He's not a hunter. And he got a 65, which again, for a jumper, a 65 in a derby, like, okay, like all that. And the first place got a 74. So like there was only, what, like a 9-point split between, and it's, again, if you've ever done like upper level derbies, like that quarter of a point makes a difference. So I wasn't super thrilled at the judges' notes on that, but for him, that derby course was fantastic. Like he did a really good job, and he held his own, and he picked his speed up. I mean, it was just nice. It was a nice course. But, I mean, things happen. I can't change it. He did everything I asked of him, and I'm glad to know he isn't an absolute crack addict at a horse show when we stay for more than 1 day. So that's that. Hopefully now we are prepared for our first rated jumper show. The Triangle Farms series and Triton host overnight shows at the Hunt Complex. So now that he's been there, we can kind of go and let him do the things he wants to do and go fast and use power. But that is all I got. He was fantastic. Stuart's super jealous, but he's on the uphill mend now, so maybe we'll go to more shows with him hopefully soon. I'm not in a rush with him. I have a goal. So anyways, if you liked this video and you want to see more of Skew and Stuart, and I guess me, right? Like, subscribe, go along for the ride.